My hands clutched the podium's edges, the polished wood cool under my sweating palms. My heart thundered, a relentless rhythm echoing the war drums of old. The chapel hummed with anticipation. Guests settled in their seats, the organ's notes weaving through the air. In mere moments Clara would glide down the aisle, her white gown trailing like a promise. This was meant to be the pinnacle of joy, the day I'd replay in my mind for years. But an hour earlier, everything had shifted. In the cramped dressing room, I fumbled with my tie, the mirror reflecting a man trying to steady his nerves. The door creaked open and there stood Clara, radiant in her wedding dress, the lace catching the light like frost on a window. Yet her eyes betrayed her, clouded, uncertain, not the gaze of a bride ready to vow forever. "We need to talk," she said, her voice soft but heavy, like a stone dropped into still water. I turned, forcing a smile. "Now? We're about to say, 'I do.'" She twisted her hands, the engagement ring glinting with each nervous movement. "It's about Daniel." The name struck like a blade. Daniel, her ex, the shadow that had haunted our relationship despite her assurances he was history. She'd sworn he was out of her life, a closed chapter. Yet here on our wedding day, his name hung between us, conjured like a specter. "What about him?" I asked, my voice tightening, each word a step toward a cliff. She inhaled sharply. "He's here. He called last night, said he needed to see me to find peace. And I told him he could come." The world froze. "You did what?" My tone was sharp, disbelieving. "He's not here to ruin anything," she whispered, eyes pleading. "He just needs a moment." I said he could sit near the back fourth row. The fourth row. Close enough to see every vow, every glance. Close enough to taint the sanctity of this day. "Are you listening to yourself, Clara?" I snapped, my voice rising. "You invited your ex to our wedding?" She reached for my hand, her touch trembling. "Please don't be upset. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd react like this." "React like this?" I pulled away, the sting of betrayal sharp in my chest. "You think it's unreasonable to not want your ex watching us get married?" "I owe him this," she said, her voice breaking. "I need it too. For closure." The word closure shattered something inside me. I stepped back, my gaze steady but cold. "You don't need closure, Clara. You need to choose." Her breath caught, eyes wide. "Don't do this. Please." But the decision was already made. I turned, leaving the dressing room behind. I strode past the altar, its flowers mocking me with their cheer. Past the rows of guests, their murmurs rising like a tide. Past the life we'd so carefully planned. I didn't pause, didn't explain. I just walked out. The air outside was sharp, slicing through the haze of my thoughts. My chest ached, each breath a struggle. The world hadn't yet caught up to the truth. The groom had fled. Inside, they likely thought I was still standing at the altar waiting. But I was gone, moving past the sleek limousine meant for our reception. The driver's puzzled glance followed me, but I didn't stop. One foot in front of the other, I kept going. My phone buzzed in my pocket, Clara's name flashing on the screen. My thumb hovered over the answer button, temptation clawing at me. But then I saw her face in my mind, hesitant, unsure. Not the look of someone certain I was her forever. I powered off the phone, took a deep breath, and let the city swallow me. That night blurred into fragments. I wandered aimlessly until I found a bar. Its dim lights and worn stools a refuge from time itself. The bartender slid a whiskey across the counter before I even ordered. "Tough night?" he asked, his voice gruff but kind. "You could say that," I replied, the glass cold in my hand. The whiskey burned, a welcome fire that dulled the memory of Clara's voice saying she needed space for Daniel on our day. I drank until the edges of the world softened, until the pain was a distant ache. When last call came, I had nowhere to go. I powered on my phone, the screen lighting up with notifications. 42 missed calls. Clara, my brother, my parents. Voicemails I couldn't bear to hear, their pleas already echoing in my mind. "Come back. Let's fix this." Instead, I opened social media and there it was, a photo that twisted the knife. Clara at the altar, Daniel beside her. The caption read, "When old promises meet new beginnings." Comments swirled below, guests piecing together the chaos. A grainy image showed Clara and Daniel leaving together, her hand on his arm. Had she run to him the moment I left? Had she been waiting for an excuse all along? I didn't want the answer. It wouldn't undo the choice she'd made. So I erased her, every photo, every text, every trace. I blocked her number, packed a suitcase, and left the city without a word. No forwarding address, no farewells. I became a shadow, slipping into the unknown. 2 years later, I'd built a new life in a small town by a river. A steady job, a simple apartment, the quiet hum of routine. I'd learned to savor the stillness, to live without the weight of what was. But the past is relentless. One evening, stepping out of a coffee shop, the air shifted. A prickle of recognition. And then I saw her. Clara. Her hair was shorter, her eyes dimmed by time, carrying a sadness that hadn't been there before. She was older, weathered, but unmistakably her. I should have turned away, but my feet stayed rooted. She crossed the street, arms hugged around herself, and said my name. James. Just that, and it crashed over me like a tide. How did you find me? I asked, my voice steady but distant. A faint sorrowful smile. I never stopped searching. Silence stretched, heavy with unspoken years. I need to explain, she said. You don't. I do. Her voice trembled. After you left, I fell apart. Daniel was just there. I thought he could fill the emptiness, but he didn't. He made it worse. She paused, steadying herself. I thought I needed closure, but all I did was lose you. I never wanted him, James. I wanted you. I was just too late to realize it. Her words didn't heal. They only deepened the fatigue in my bones. You don't need to say this now, I told her. A tear traced her cheek. I know. But I had to try. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Do you still love me? The question hung between us, heavy as stone. I let the silence answer first, then spoke. I did. Once. She nodded, the finality sinking in. I'm sorry, James. For everything. I nodded back. Not out of forgiveness, but because I was done holding on to the pain. Goodbye, James, she whispered and turned away. This time I didn't stop her. This time I didn't look back. I'd already let her go, and the river kept flowing, carrying the past where it belonged.